At 7:46 at KNEB, it's time for today's News Extra, brought to you by Gehring Civic Center. And here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. I have a couple of probably the more important people in the entire region that are going to be for this summer, possibly, if we don't get any more rain. And that is firefighters. Any of the firefighters, whether they're Gehring, Scottsbluff, rural Scottsbluff, Minutair, Bridgeport, whatever. But we have a couple of Bayard firefighters here today to talk about their annual fundraiser, a Stag and Stagette, that they've been doing for nearly 40 years. Amanda Stricker and Paul Safford are with us. And Amanda, let's first of all just go over when this big dinner is and what time and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it will be this Friday, April the 5th. Doors will open at 6 o'clock. You can be there ahead of time, wait in line, or come anytime.
All right, 6 o'clock. How much are tickets?
Tickets are $15. You can buy them from any department member prior to the event, or you can buy them at the door.
All right. So what do people get for $15?
Well, we will be serving Rocky Mountain oysters. We will also have roast beef and ham and bean soup and all the various trimmings that go along with those meals.
All right, and this will be at your new fire hall.
It will be at the new fire hall right on Main Street, 542 Main.
All right, it's pretty hard to get lost in Bayard, so people ought to be able to find it, right?
It's very hard to get lost in Bayard.
All right. So your new fire hall, from what I understand, is much better than what your old one was.
It is.
It's a lot. You can actually fit the trucks in without. Paul was saying earlier that you guys really had to put the side view mirrors, kind of move them in before you got the trucks in at the old place.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. At the old facility, we had to fold the mirrors in a lot of times coming in and out of the building, and in our excitement, sometimes that got forgotten. So it wasn't uncommon to fix a mirror here and there. But we've eliminated that problem now, and that's a much better facility, and we're very appreciative of our community to have that.
All right. And you guys have how many vehicles?
We have 8.
All right.
A couple of pumpers, a couple of grass rigs, an ambulance, and a couple of tankers.
All right. All right. And you guys have already been busy a little bit this spring, right?
We have. We had a couple of fires last week, and grass fires. So it's as dry as it is. It's something we're probably, unfortunately, looking forward to this year, that we're going to have quite a few.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into more about the dry conditions, let's let Amanda discuss how busy you guys were last year. And you went all over the place last year.
We did. Last year was kind of an uncommon year. With as dry as it was, we did run a lot more. We had 3 motor vehicle accidents in our district, 3 more mutual aids. But the wildland and the structure fires were where we really ran. Last year we only had 3 structure fires in our district and 1 in our mutual aid district, but we ended up with 879 man-hours for it. Wildland, we had 24 fires. We were mutual aided for 12, and we had 762 hours there. And we did have 3 vehicle fires within our district for 33 man-hours.
So. All right. And you guys were up at some of those mutual aid fires. You were up at some of the bigger ones, right?
We did. We went to Ainsworth early in the season. About a month or so later, we went up to Crawford, and we were there for about a day and a half. And then a couple of weeks later, we went to the Wellness Fire in the Hay Springs area, and we were actually there for nearly 3 days. And it was enjoyable. You know, it's not something you want to see. It's not something you look forward to, but to be able to go that far out of our area to help others, to help other departments, to help people that do thrive off the land just as we do here, it's important to us.
Yeah. So you were up there for 3 days, and obviously a very difficult fire. When they have that many people working on such a large fire, do you guys get assigned something specific? Is that what they do?
They do. What they did on Wellness was they broke it down into 4 quadrants, and they assigned departments to each quadrant, and then You went in, you were out for 12 hours, you went in, they'd get you to rest, get you fed, and then they'd assign you to an area, and they'd send you out in a crew with a couple different trucks, and you were supposed to do this, or you were supposed to do this. You were either, just watching it, making sure it didn't get out of hand. We lit a couple back burns to try and get a good solid fire line and put out some fire.
All right, good deal. And you guys have 32 members, so that's pretty good for a small town.
It's very good. For as small of a town as we have a great roster, and we have very knowledgeable, very, very good firefighters. 9 EMTs, so we have an excellently staffed rescue squad. There are very few times when there's nobody around, so for the most part, doesn't matter what time you call us, we'll be there.
And you got young people and veteran people?
We do. We have, our youngest would be 19, and I'm not sure how old our oldest is, but
We're not saying.
we're just not going to talk about it. He's a veteran.
We'll leave it at that.
All right, this Stagette's going to go for equipment. Am I right? As much as you can possibly get with what you raise.
That's correct. We're going to use this for buying additional equipment. Also, we do fire prevention every fall for the school kids, so some of the funds may go to that. But yeah, basically to update and purchase new equipment.
Again, Paul Safford and Amanda Stricker here from the Bayard Fire Department. Their big Stag and Stagette coming up at 6 o'clock this Friday evening over at the Fire Hall. You can get tickets for $15. Paul, let's talk about just briefly the conditions that are out there right now. What kind of recommendations would you make? First of all, what are the conditions right now? Obviously pretty dry, right?
Very dry, Kevin. It's as everybody knows, it's terribly dry right now, and we realize that part of the spring farming practice is to burn ditches out and that for irrigation, which is necessary. But we just would like to stress caution while doing that. Just be careful with it. Watch your weather conditions as far as wind, and try to catch a little bit of dew, in the mornings when you can to burn to keep that the fire from spreading beyond where you want it to, and just watch your fire and stick with it.
All right, and call you guys as soon as possible if there's an issue, right?
Absolutely, call us as soon as possible if there's something getting out of hand. We'd rather show up and not have a problem than to show up too late and have a big problem.
Right now, maybe you have a little bit easy because everything's kind of been burned down from last year and so forth, so there may not be a whole lot of fuel, but that might change here later on.
Yeah, that's true. There's not a lot of fuel out there left from last year because it was dry then as well, but it still can burn.
All right. Okay, you guys, very good. Good luck with your event on Friday evening.
Thank
Sounds
you.
like a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
All right, you bet.